What is up, guys? How you doing? Today I'm going to be doing a review of Dan Hollings, The Plan. So I'm sure you've seen the hype, and I'm sure you've seen the shills, and every time you put in Google review Dan Hollings, The Plan, is it legit, is it a scam, all you'll see is shill posts and affiliate marketers trying to get rich off this. The main reason is because the affiliate commission is so high for the plan that people literally can't say anything bad about it. Now, I've done the plan. I've seen phases 1, 2, 3, and 4. I haven't actually done phases 2 and 3. I've seen enough of them though. And I'm here. I'm not an affiliate. I never choose to be affiliate for anything because it makes it impossible to get fair information out there, and it also makes it impossible. It's a huge conflict of interest. So we're going to talk a little bit about the plan. Now, fun fact, I've made this video about 5 times. My first reviews I did, I had like dual screenshots going. I was walking, I had my bitsgap account, my trading account, and I was doing stuff. And then it went on way too long, and then I made another one, which was a condensed version. And then I decided, actually, no, it's too long. And then I actually closed my bitsgap account. I cashed out because it's like $60 or $70 a month to even have an account. And the whole crypto market's crashed a little bit as well. And I simply decided I didn't want my money in bots anymore. And then my video editor, who usually edits stuff I do, is in Ukraine, and he can't help me with any video editing and stuff, which is, which the other stuff I was doing, I would have needed to like mesh materials, which is why a lot of these recent crypto reviews I've been doing are just, listen, pretty shit quality. This isn't like, this isn't premium YouTube stuff, guys. This is just me and my phone. So yeah, but that doesn't matter, because what I'm going to actually tell you is the plan worth it or not, and why it is or why it isn't. And I'm not going to waste your time. The plan is overhyped. It is not worth $3,000. And it is not worth, I would say not worth it. It's hype. It's all hype. And if you've seen the sizzle reel, and it was a good sizzle reel, I have to admit, that sizzle reel and the testimonials, they make you feel like if you're not doing the plan, you're missing out on everything. You're never going to be able to make money in crypto. Dan has figured out the magic system. He's figured it out. And for just $3,000, he's going to tell you how to do it. No. It's grid bot trading, guys. With essentially, he teaches you how to trade grid bots, and he gives you a magic setting, okay, which is a percentage up and down of your grid lines. That's it. Okay, that's all you're getting with the plan. It's a lot of hype, and it's a lot of good marketing. But I want to talk about the pros, and then I'm going to talk about the cons, because I can rag on the plan quite easily. In the description, I'm going to have basically condensed these points so you can, it'll be easier for you to follow along. Oh shit, I'm gonna cough. Sorry, there's going to be no editing. That's just staying in. There's not being edited out. Okay, so the good things about the plan. Okay, so what's good about the plan? Right. It's marketed to like 50 plus middle-aged people that have got disposable income. The good thing about it is, if you're completely new to crypto, like stone cold crypto noob, it will take you from zero. It will take you from there, and it comes with quite a good free ebook as well, actually. It will take you from not knowing anything to trading bots. It will. He does explain things quite well. Like, he is quite good at explaining concepts, and the logical progression of all the units is good. Production value is good. The support is good. Well, fuck, it better be good for $3,000. Are you serious? That's all really good. Nothing bad to say about that. So the only thing I would say is maybe he waffles on too much. Like, the videos can be like an hour plus, and it's, shit, we've all got things to do, right? But nonetheless, if you have zero crypto knowledge, it will take you through how to onboard fiat into crypto, the exchanges, and all that stuff. So that's quite good. Structure's good. Quality of instruction, good. Quality of demonstration, good examples, good stuff like that. Does his magic crypto setting work? Well, it depends on your coin pair selection. He has a paid coin pair selection service, which the performance of which people that I know that are involved in it isn't great. It's very, very conservative, and conservative in crypto means typically it doesn't make much money. His whole idea of the wiggle system, he calls it the wiggle. Yeah, bots will wiggle, they will make profit, and the goal of the bot profit is to offset the value of the asset going up or down. So, typically, like, people like bots because they're kind of a hedge against volatility, but sometimes that's not really the case. And it depends on the strength of the coins you pick. Now, Dan tells you only pick coins you would invest in anyway. The problem is the ones that wiggle the most are the shit coins, or they're not the shit coins. It's the most volatile shit with the most crazy wiggle is the stuff you kind of get drawn towards. But you could argue against that. So it does teach you the thing. It does teach you how to get your bots up running. It's just the thing is that bots aren't magic. There's nothing magic about a fucking crypto bot. Okay, you can definitely lose money. When the value of your asset goes down and doesn't come back up, you've lost money. You'll make bot profit. You'll have, $50, $100 profit for the month, but your asset value is in the toilet. To which Dan says, well, you don't check the value of your house every day. Just wait for the asset to come back. It might not come back. If you were recently an investor in Terra or the fucking Luna stable coin, you're not coming back. You're wiped out. Game over. Okay? So shit doesn't always come back. And then they just say, well, do your own research. Okay. So, like I said, the good things, you zero from scratch, you'll be fine. Yes, you'll learn about bots. You will be up and running. You'd have, I'd say you'd have reasonable knowledge, like reasonable mid-level knowledge. And that's it. It's not magic. It's nowhere even close to magic. It's so overhyped though, it's ridiculous. If you want to trade bots and you say, well, maybe you're just not a good bot trader, listen, there's another course called bitsgap Accelerator, which I have a review on, which is a far superior course, which teaches you how to trade bots, and it teaches you the hows and whys. And Dan's course, it doesn't even teach you basic things like stop loss. Phase 4 of the plan teaches you some extra stuff. Well, I'm not sure why that didn't go in there. Phase 2 of the plan is literally just like Dan's DeFi recommendations, and there's like 2 things in there. One of the things he recommended was Terra, which, again, like I said, just recently went like one of the biggest disasters in crypto history. That was one of Dan's recommendations. And yeah, but phases 2 and 3, don't even look at them, and they each cost like $2,000. And you can only get them when you're in phase 1 because, you've already paid. Another thing Dan says, you're going to need a lot of money to do this. They want you to put 3K in a bot, which this makes it inaccessible for a lot of people. It gets people hyped up on making money with crypto and bots that maybe don't necessarily have a lot of money. And then it says, but you need to pay, the course is 3K. You need 3K per bot. You want to start with a minimum of 2 or 3 bots. No. Another one of the good thing I want to say about the plan is he does recommend, he has a pie thing, and he says, listen, don't have all your money in bots. Maybe do a quarter of your money in bots, maybe a quarter of it in cold storage, maybe another quarter in like a CeFi thing like Gemini or Nexo, and then like another quarter you can just hodl somewhere else or whatever. So that's quite good. He doesn't say put all your money in bots. He does give you that's a safe strategy. It's as safe as you're going to get. So you'll have like, there's some money, you have some money in bots, you have some money in high interest CeFi platforms, you have some money just in cold storage safe, and then you have some funds allocated somewhere else. Of course, you need a shitload of money to actually do that anyway. But that was quite good. And the other good thing, last thing, he mentioned Nexo. I'm now a big fan of Nexo. I have a little link in my description that if you use Nexo, if you decide you like Nexo and you want to hold your crypto there and make like 8 to 15% APY and have like a crypto credit card and stuff, if you use my link, you get $25 worth of Bitcoin for free. If you don't want, that's only if you were interested in Nexo. So that was quite good. Now let's talk about the bad stuff, because like I said, we're talking about $3,000 here. So like trading bots works. Yes, you can make money with trading bots. That's fine. There's nothing like inherently wrong about the system. Whether you want to trade bots is another thing. Trading bots is not the only way to make money. You can make more money in yield farming, you can make more money in staking, but there's different risks and things that come along with it. So one big thing, I'm just going to quickly go through these points, which will also be in the description. Dan never mentions that Tether is potentially the next nuclear scam event in crypto. And like scam because, listen, Tether's pegged to the dollar, but it doesn't have the underlying assets that if everybody wanted to cash out their Tethers, there simply wouldn't be enough money for everyone to redeem their cryptos. Basically, you'd have like a bank run scenario. So lots of people, way smarter than me, call Tether anything from a scam to something else. And if Tether goes down, it could be, Armageddon event. So the thing is, a lot of the best wiggler pairs are USDT pairs, and they're on like KuCoin and stuff like that. Nothing wrong with those exchanges, KuCoin, Binance and things like that. The problem is, like I said, the real wigglers are, most of them come paired with Tether. And that's just like, I don't know why it's particularly Tether, not USDC, for example, but that's just the way it is. Dan never mentions the dangers of having any long-term exposure to Tether, okay? And anyone who doesn't understand why algorithmically backed stablecoins are bad, or what stablecoins are and things like that, they're not as stable as you think. Things could happen to them in terms of regulation and stuff like that. Basically, the point is, why would you want to have like long-term exposure to something as potential, with the potential downside of Tether? It would be a black swan, but it would be a big enough black swan to wipe out all your crypto potentially, especially if like it was all locked up in exchanges with it. Not a smart move. And it lost peg, I think, last week as well. Regained it, but he never mentions that. He never talks about like why Tether is. And trust me, when you research coin pairs, the wigglers are the Tether pairs. Okay? Is Tether going to collapse? Is it going to implode? I don't know. Is there going to be a run on Tether where everybody tries to extract themselves from the market and they can't? I don't know. Maybe not, but fuck that. I'm not keeping my shit in Tether long term. You decide what you want to do. But Dan should have at least mentioned you could be holding the equivalent of a Dan Hollings grenade. I don't know. You do what you want to do, but he should have mentioned that. That was fucked up. They didn't mention that. Dan's advice for when something goes out of grid, which is when it moves out of the wiggle zone, is simply he just says, you just wait and it'll come back. Yeah, okay. The problem is if you go out of grid for like, you can regrid stuff. There's and there's also trailing down, which, I think he did mention trailing down eventually. The thing is, if you're out of grid potentially for months, which can happen in a bear market, you're just going to be paying $60-70 a month in bitsgap fees. That's pretty fucking expensive to just be sitting there and looking at a bot which is out of grid. Try sitting there for 6 months or 3 months looking at a grid whilst you're paying a subscription fee, whilst that thing does nothing. When you think to yourself, I could have had that asset locked up, either somewhere safe, or you could have had it on Nexo. You could have been making 8% interest minimum on that money, and you wouldn't have been paying the exchange fees. You say, you can regrid, you can do this. Listen, stuff doesn't always come back, and psychologically it's unpleasant, and it's not, when you have money in these things and you have to just sit there and look at them out of grid, it fucking sucks. Trust me, it's not nice. It's not very nice. You can say, just regrid. Well, you lose money when you regrid as well, okay? So regridding is not like the golden strat. Dan typically just says, don't do shit. Just sit there and wait for it to come back. Well, like I said, it might not come back. Not great advice. The main thing, the cost's way too expensive. $3,000 is far too expensive because you don't just need 3 Gs to get in the course, you then need 3 Gs to start bots. You can start a bot with $500, but it doesn't work with your settings so well. But the point is, you kind of wed yourself to these settings and those costs. You have to already be fucking semi-rich to even do this thing. Well, the whole point is people that aren't, sitting on bags of fucking cash should be able to have a way of, as safely as possible, being able to take a seat at the table and play the game. That's my opinion. So it's completely overpriced, as to be fair, most things are. That's not just a Dan Hollings thing. That's, c'est la vie, I guess you could say. But it's disgustingly shilled. Their fucking affiliate prices are so high. You can almost not find, it's almost impossible to find anyone that says anything bad about it. Or even objectively, because Because when you pay a lot of money for something, you justify it to yourself. How many people do you know with a fucking shitty husband that justify his shittiness just because they've been with him for a number of years? Or a shitty girlfriend who's a fucking bitch, but well, it's, you know, you've been with her for so many years, you give them a pass, you justify things. Things we invest time and money in, mentally we give a lot of weight to them, which is why people that, you know, typically will pay a lot of money for these courses, I'm not like this, but most people lose their ability to be objective about things. I don't give a fuck. I keep my objectivity, whatever. But yeah, you can, it gets like cult-like in people's I'm Dan Hollings accolades. Stop being fucking followers, guys. Have you not seen Netflix documentaries? Have you not fucking seen what happens when you start following these people and you give them the labels, the fucking crypto whisperer? Stop being sheep. People need to fucking stop being sheep and stop blindly following people in gurus in spaces, all spaces, online spaces, religious spaces. That shit needs to stop. We should be way better than that. So I don't like their cult thinking. And it's just too expensive. Last thing, well, maybe not almost the last thing. Almost the last thing. Basically, in terms of US tax regulations and stuff like that. Now, Dan just says, hey, talk to your tax accountant. I'm not giving tax advice. Well, the problem is, when you trade bots, when you execute any kind of a trade, that potentially opens you up to short-term capital gains. Uncle Sam is going to fuck you harder than 3,000 Dan Hollings on a train. I don't know, fucking... Listen, the point is, a bot executes, it could be 100 trades a day. How are you going to account for your tax on that? Okay, even if, how are you going to log those transactions? I don't know of any good software that plugs into this. This literally, especially for people in the US, this is potentially the biggest tax nightmare you've ever seen. Like I said, each one of those transactions, like think, what the fuck are you going to do when it comes to your like tax time? So Dan gets you all juiced up and excited about the opportunity of bots and things like this, and then when you say, oh, when it comes to tax, hey, talk to your tax professional. Too late, you've already spent 3 fucking K on Dan's course. You need to talk to a fucking crypto tax specialist before you even put any money into a bot. So you need to think about that. There's crypto stuff, there's like crypto IRA, Roth IRAs you can do now where you won't get charged capital gain tax. You can lock your money up safely. Obviously it's not bots, but so you need to think about that. Like, not so much for the Europeans, but you need to figure that tax stuff out, because if you just sat there with bots, just like doing hundreds of trades all days, and you need to be like, not just aware of it, you need to be super aware of it because of how aggressive the US, tax laws are. It's like, listen, man, if they fucking arrested Wesley Snipes for not paying taxes, you better believe some guy trading fucking crypto bots, because Dan Hollings said so. The Dan Hollings defense is not going to fly in a court of law, I don't think. And I would say that was probably my last negative point. I've touched on the fact that the affiliate commissions are so high that people literally will never... People make their money on affiliate commissions. People just make their money by selling things. They don't even do the training themselves. They just parrot, who is Dan Hollings? What is the training? They haven't traded a bot. They probably don't even have any... Most of them probably don't even fucking have any crypto. They don't know what they're talking about. They make their money from commissions. They're not business people. Just like a fucking pyramid, a pyramid scheme Herbalife, you're not a business person, you're just shilling shit. That isn't business. But, I do understand if people believe in it and they want to have an affiliate commission, I would say fair enough. But again, I would also say conflicts of interest are a real thing, and I guess I have my own feelings on that one. Again, phase 2 and 3 that he's going to try and upsell you on are shit. Not, shit to the point where we're just talking about, like, he shows you how to set MetaMask up. You can watch a YouTube video on that. You don't need to be doing any of that stuff. You really need to think about this. And once you're already on his list, once you've already joined Team Dan, and you've spent 3K and you're doing some bot stuff, if you're the kind of person that already has that money, then maybe you're just going to give him another 2K for his next promise. And his next promise, he's going to show you the golden DeFi platforms. He's taken the risk out of it because he's done it for you. And yet, what's he got to say about his Luna recommendation that recently, has bankrupted fucking millions of people? There's no such thing as shit isn't that safe in crypto. Anyway, but the fact that you've already paid him once means you're more likely to pay him again, and he knows this. So all the other phases are trash, pretty much. Phase 1 was quite good. The other phases are borderline scam territory for what you're paying for. And that's it. That's my final verdict. Is the training good? Yep. Is it overpriced? Yep. Is it overhyped? Yep. Do you need to buy it? Nope. Don't buy it. Don't buy Dan Hollings. Seriously, don't do it. Save yourself that $3,000. Save yourself the money. And if you really want to trade bots, if you say to yourself, listen, fuck you, you're just a guy in a shitty t-shirt with no YouTube editor, and maybe you weren't successful at bots, which is why you don't like bots. I don't give a fuck. If you want to trade bots, get the bitsgap accelerator course, and that will teach you all about the hows and the whys, and as a plus, it will teach you what a fucking stop loss is, which for some reason Dan never even bothered to mention. That training is less hyped, but it's also only costs $1,000, and it teaches you everything you need to know about trading bots on bitsgap. Way more in depth. It's the superior training. That's it. And guess what? I'm not an affiliate for bitsgap. I'm not getting paid to tell you that. I've taken both those courses, and that one's better, and it'll save you money. That's my verdict. If you want to ask any questions, I can drop some in the comments. Flame on. Also, I've set up a little Discord group, so if people want to come in and discuss, shoot the shit about ecom courses, I've got some other brutal reviews on ecom courses. I've gone over 20 minutes, and sadly, this is the short version, guys. This is the short version, but I think there's a lot to say about this course, because we're talking about 3Gs, and that's some serious money. And I hope this review has helped you, and I hope it's at least given you some objectivity, which is going to give you the ability to make a better decision. All right, so thanks for listening. Thanks for spending like way too much time with me. Sorry for the shit quality. My other videos are going to be equally as bad in terms of quality, but equally as okay in terms of hopefully the info that I'm going to share with you. Thanks. Like and share if it was any good. See you later.